We're here at Harry Garrison's home over on the west side of Cincinnati. Tonight we're going to talk to Harry and find out a little bit about Harry and how he got interested in magic and a lot more details. Let's start off with introducing Harry. This is Harry Garrison. He's been in magic for a long time. I know he's got a piano shop. He might even tell us a little bit about that, but I think we just want to find out how you got... Harry, how did you... First of all, it's a pleasure to be with you here tonight.
Thank you.
And also, we want to, I guess the first question I want to ask you is, how did you ever get interested in this hobby called magic?
Well, I'll tell you, my mother, I believe, became aware that in her son, her eldest born child, she had a level of hyperactivity that in certain respects was difficult, if not impossible, to control. And so she thought that she would be channeling some of this energy by bringing a book home. And it was called the Peter Rabbit Book of Magic. And the individual magic effects had three-dimensional cardboard foldouts to pick from the various pages of this 3/8-inch thick book. It was a 9x12 outer dimension on the cover, and that was the first magic that I looked into, and I was about 6 years old. We had two gentlemen in our church, the Westwood Methodist Church, 1 block from this house. Been our family church since 1842. And there were two men, Frank Burnett and Dr. Jones, who was the dentist. And these two men had the hobby of magic. And we were having some kind of a little family entertainment in the church basement. And these two men would alternate on the stage, and they would perform each one for about 15 minutes. And then the room would change, and say the second and third grade youngsters would leave and go to another place in this carnival. And the fourth and fifth grade children would come in, and these men would perform again. Well, I was eternally fascinated with the concept of conjuring as a form of family entertainment. And so I attempted to emulate some of the things that they were doing. I had a lot of fun learning it a bit when I was I wasn't 10 years old. I had an aunt. She was not my aunt, she was my uncle's wife. My father had a brother, and his wife made a Christmas present to me by giving me some magic lessons from a man who was practicing as a hobby and a part-time occupation of magic shows. And so my father would drive me to this man's home once a week, and during the next hour and a half, that man, his name was Bill Robinson, on Glenmore Avenue, Cheviot nearby. And he would teach me a magic effect. And then we would rehearse it, and we would hope that I would become proficient in order to perform a card trick or a rope trick or something like that.
I'm going to backtrack and just ask you a question here that we probably should have started. When is your birthday? What year were you born, and what is your birthday?
I was born September 29, the year 1935.
1935, okay. You got interested in magic around 6 years old. Your mother gave you a book, and then she also gave you another book later on, a book of life, and then you became the Smoke King. So it sounds like your mother was a big influence in your career over the years.
Well,
to some degree.
yes, but one's parents are our primary influence, as you know. And both of my parents encouraged me in these various things that I did. And so by the time I was old enough to have a car or to be able to have a driver's license, I was ready to pack up 2 suitcases and a magic stand and drive anywhere and go on stage, do magic happen.
It sounds like you've been doing a lot of magic over the years, but I happen to know that you are involved with the piano business in some fashion. Tell me a little bit about how you got into that.
55 years ago, I founded the Player Piano Shop, and we remilled it. We remanufacture, repair, tune, refinish player pianos primarily, but any other type of piano. So we are among the better 6 in the world of pianos. And so,
do you still have that shop going today?
yes, we do.
Okay, that's great. Do you belong to any of the magic clubs in the area? The IBM, the SAM, and I know there's a handful of other ones.
I carry membership card in the SAM. And I have been. I used to join the IBM when I was 16 years of age. John Brown, the famous Cincinnati veteran, the dean of Cincinnati magicians. John Brown appeared on stage over at the Cincinnati Women's Club, and I met him, and he gave a petition to be a junior member of the IBM. And so I maintained that mentorship over the years, most years, but not every single year. But I have maintained the SAM membership for all these many years.
Well, Harry, that is quite a remarkable life that you've met a lot of high-profile magicians, a lot of different people in the world of magic. You've lived a very colorful life so far with the magic. I want to thank you tonight for allowing us to come in and meet with you and give you an opportunity to chat. And we look forward to meeting possibly with you again.
Good, thank you.
Harry, thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure.